I never believed in fate until the day I found Rocky. It was a cold November evening when I saw him for the first time, curled up behind a dumpster near an abandoned warehouse. At first, I thought it was just a pile of old blankets, but then I saw movement, a shiver, and then I saw his eyes. Those beautiful amber eyes looking up at me with a mix of fear and desperate hope. He was a Pitbull, and he was dying. His ribs were showing through his patchy blue-gray coat. His skin was covered in sores, and he was shaking uncontrollably. I could see every bone in his body, but what broke my heart the most was the look in his eyes. It wasn't aggression. It wasn't anger. It was pure exhaustion, like he had given up on everything, including life itself. I knelt down slowly, trying not to scare him. "Hey, buddy," I whispered. "It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you." He didn't move toward me, but he didn't run away either. He just watched me with those tired eyes, as if he was calculating whether he had enough energy left to trust one more time. That's when I made a decision that would change both of our lives forever. I wasn't going to leave him there. Getting Rocky into my car was harder than I expected. He was weak, but fear gave him just enough strength to resist. I had to talk to him for almost 20 minutes before he let me wrap a blanket around him and carry him to the back seat. He weighed almost nothing. A Pitbull his size should have weighed at least 60 pounds, but he felt like he was barely 40. If you're watching this but haven't subscribed yet, that honestly breaks my heart. Rocky and dogs like him need your voice. Please, just hit that button. It matters more than you know. The drive to the emergency vet felt like the longest drive of my life. I kept looking in the rearview mirror, terrified that he would stop breathing. His chest was moving, but barely. I found myself talking to him the entire way, telling him to hang on, telling him that everything was going to be okay, even though I had no idea if it would be. When we arrived at the clinic, Dr. Sarah took one look at him and immediately called for assistance. They rushed him into the examination room while I stood there in the waiting area, covered in dirt and God knows what else, feeling completely helpless. 45 minutes later, Dr. Sarah came out with a look on her face that I couldn't quite read. "He's alive," she said, and I felt my knees almost buckle with relief. "But he's in bad shape, really bad shape." She explained that Rocky was suffering from severe malnutrition, dehydration, a skin infection, and worst of all, heartworm disease. His body was so weak that the heartworms had taken over, and if we didn't start treatment immediately, he wouldn't survive another week. "The treatment is expensive," she warned me, "and there's no guarantee he'll make it through. His body is so weak that the medication itself could kill him. Are you prepared for that?" I didn't even hesitate. Do whatever it takes. That night, Rocky stayed at the clinic. I went home, but I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about those amber eyes, about how he had looked at me like I was his last hope. The next morning, I was back at the clinic before they even opened. Dr. Sarah smiled when she saw me. "He made it through the night," she said. "That's a good sign." She took me to the recovery room, and there he was, lying on a warm bed with an IV in his leg. He looked so small and vulnerable, but when he saw me, his tail gave the tiniest wag. Just once, but it was enough. Over the next few weeks, I visited Rocky every single day. The treatment was brutal. There were days when he looked worse than when I found him, days when he wouldn't eat, couldn't stand, and could barely lift his head. There were moments when I wondered if I was just prolonging his suffering, but every time I thought about giving up, Rocky would do something that reminded me why I was fighting for him. He would look at me with those eyes. He would try to wag his tail. He would lean his head against my hand as if to say, "Don't give up on me. I'm still here." Dr. Sarah told me that she had never seen a dog fight so hard. "Most dogs in his condition would have given up by now," she said. "But Rocky, he's different. It's like he knows someone is finally fighting for him. So he's fighting too." After 6 weeks of treatment, Rocky was finally strong enough to come home. I had prepared everything: a soft bed, gentle food, toys, everything a dog could need. But what I wasn't prepared for was how scared he still was. For the first few days, Rocky barely moved. He would lie in his bed, watching me with cautious eyes, as if waiting for me to change my mind. He wouldn't eat unless I sat next to him. He wouldn't go outside unless I carried him. It was like he was afraid that if he got too comfortable, it would all disappear. But slowly, day by day, he started to trust. It started with small things. He would follow me from room to room. He would rest his head on my lap while I watched TV. He would wag his tail when I came home from work. And then one day, about 3 months after I brought him home, something incredible happened. I was sitting on the couch and Rocky walked over to me, looked up at me with those amber eyes, and for the first time ever, he jumped up and curled up next to me. Not because he was scared, not because he needed something, but because he wanted to. I cried. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I cried like a baby because I realized that Rocky had finally understood that he was home, that he was safe, that he was loved. Today, a year and a half later, you wouldn't recognize the dog I found behind that dumpster. Rocky is healthy, strong, and full of life. His coat is shiny and beautiful. He weighs 70 pounds of pure muscle. But more than that, he's happy. He still has his quirks. He doesn't like thunderstorms. He gets anxious when I leave the house for too long. And he absolutely refuses to eat breakfast unless I eat mine first. But those are small prices to pay for the love he gives me every single day. Pitbulls have such a bad reputation. People see them and immediately think dangerous, aggressive, violent. But Rocky is none of those things. He's gentle with kids. He's patient with other dogs. He's protective, but never aggressive. And more than anything, he's loyal beyond measure. Every night before bed, Rocky follows the same routine. He goes to his toy box, picks out his favorite stuffed duck, and brings it to me. Then he jumps on the bed, curls up against me, and lets out this deep, satisfied sigh, as if to say, "Today was a good day." And I look at him, this beautiful soul who survived against all odds, and I tell him the same thing I tell him every night. "You're the best boy, Rocky. You're the best boy, and I'm so glad I found you." But here's what I've realized. Rocky didn't just need me. I needed him too. He taught me about resilience, about fighting even when the odds are against you, about trusting again even after the world has hurt you. He taught me that love isn't about grand gestures. It's about showing up, day after day, even when it's hard. So let me ask you something. Do you think dogs like Rocky deserve a second chance? Or should we focus only on puppies from breeders? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If Rocky's story touched your heart, hit that like button and share this video. And remember, there are thousands of Rockies out there, waiting for someone to see past their scars and give them the love they deserve. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring.